I know it's been a little while now since Brown's minicamp ended. Obviously, the quarterback situation is one to keep an eye out for. Overall, what stood out to you from minicamp?
Well, they're in the midst of a four-way quarterback competition, and that's what I watched most of the time. And it seems to me right now that although the rookies are really coming up the learning curve very nicely, I still think that it's probably going to come down to either Kenny Pickett or Joe Flacco by the time the season starts and when they get out there in week one. I think it's really hard for a rookie, especially a third round rookie and a fifth round rookie, to overtake one of these two veterans. So that's the way that I'm seeing it, but that's what minicamp was all about.
But this offseason, they added back Flacco, Kenny Pickett. Now you have four quarterbacks among their many additions and departures. Just overall in the offseason, how do you feel this team is positioned compared to last year?
Well, it's all going to come down to the quarterback. Even veteran players such as Denzel Ward, Myles Garrett, a lot of these guys in the offseason said, we're a quarterback away. David Njoku even said it when I talked to him at the Super Bowl on Radio Row, that we are a quarterback away from winning. And what we don't know yet is, do they have a quarterback in their building right now who can win for them on a consistent basis this season? Joe Flacco did win here. He went 4-1 in 2023, but that was 2 years ago. Now he's 40 years old. Let's see what he's able to do 2 years later. He's got to stop turning the ball over as much as he did, especially in Indy last year. So, that's the key with him, is he's got to protect the football. And then Kenny Pickett, we really haven't seen Kenny Pickett be a starter since the 2023 season. He learned a lot last year in Philadelphia, working with Kellen Moore, working alongside Jalen Hurts, but we really don't know how quickly he's going to be able to adapt to this offensive scheme. I think he should be able to flourish in it, but you never really know until you get out there in the heat of the moment. Will he be able to have it down pat enough to really excel? So really need to keep an eye on that with those guys. And then once again, with the rookies, they have some excellent qualities, some excellent traits. Both of them do. But once again, I think if you're going to see them this year, it will probably be in the second half of the season, and really not something that I think anybody is going to witness in week one.
Which do you believe is more likely to kind of receive that second half starting position if they decide to go away from one of the veterans and go to a rookie? Obviously, it's so early to tell. We haven't even seen training camp, but do you think it would be more likely that Gabriel receives a spot or Sanders?
It's hard to say right now because they each have things that they have to prove before they're going to get out there on the field. Now, if it were tomorrow and they had to make that decision, it would be Dylan Gabriel, because not just because he was drafted ahead of Shedeur Sanders, but because he came in ahead of Shedeur Sanders, just in terms of knowledge of this type of pro scheme and just the ability to nail the whole pre-snap process in terms of terminology and playbook and sliding protections and calling motions and all that kind of stuff. He's just ahead of the game. It doesn't mean that Shedeur can't catch up, but Dylan came in a little bit ahead of him in that regard.
I feel like the wild card though about the quarterback position is Deshaun Watson. You wrote recently that he could return in like late November, maybe the December range of 2025 if his progression from returning from his injury does go well. Even if he is healthy though, shouldn't Cleveland just kind of stick with one of these other guys and not try to again put themselves in what has seemingly been a Deshaun Watson mess and just scrap the whole situation?
Well, I think it's a big time long shot for Deshaun Watson to be able to get on the field this year, coming off of his second straight Achilles surgery. And that one, the last one just happened in January. So if he does come back, there's no guarantee that they're going to activate him at all this year. There's no guarantee. We know what they have said so far is that he will miss a significant portion of the season. So he's either going to miss all or most of the season. And again, I do think that they have enough quarterbacks. They might keep all four. I've written this and I get a lot of pushback on it, but they might keep all four quarterbacks. And I think they'd have to blow through all four of those guys in order for Deshaun Watson to get on the field. I just really don't see it happening unless you get some pretty significant injuries.